There we go. Now we're live for our friends on the YouTube page. All right, heat race number 1 rolling off onto the racetrack, getting ready to go here. Let's get the tower up on the screen here. Julian Rexroad, Nathan Coaster on row 1. Seth Stenzel, Camden Hebbett on row 2. Kipton Stratton, David Camden, row 3. Vincent Gucci, Chase Weir, row 4. Ethan Kessel, going to be all alone back there in row number 5. So yeah, once again, thank you for everybody who's tuning in on YouTube here. We appreciate it. And we can see your comments here. We can pop them up on the screen throughout the course of the night as well. But let's get heat race number 1 complete here. You're going to see the pace truck make the hard left-hand turn into the pit area right here at the exit of turn 4. Julian Rexroad's going to lead the field to green. And they are underway. Oh, a little bit of a jumbled start. Rexroad really brought him down slow. He's going to be a race leader into turns 1 and 2. Good battle between Stenzel and Coaster forming up for the second position. In fact, Stenzel able to get inside just a little bit here. Going to try to make the move on Rexroad. Pick him up. Fantastic shot looking off the back straightaway. Right in front of the Brian Clausen Towers. Rexroad still the race leader, but it's only by 1/10 of a second over Stenzel. Field making their way through turns 1 and 2. 8 laps remaining here in heat race number 1. A little bit of contact at the front of the field. That allows Coaster to come back up into the party as well. Top 4 starting to break away, and that's the top 4 they're going to transfer. If everybody keeps it on the straight and narrow, Stenzel slides up the racetrack just a little bit. Coaster to the inside. He'll have the preferred lane. Nathan Coaster moves up 1 position to pick up second. Down to now 6 laps remaining, this time by the start-finish line. We'll stay with this fantastic battle here for second. A little bit of contact going into 1. Stenzel slides up the racetrack. Coaster going to hold on to the spot. Not quite seeing a big gain yet out of 5th and 6th. That's a good battle between Vincent Gucci and Camden Hibbett. Oh, the top 2 make contact. Big hit off at turn number 4. Hard into the outside wall is Seth Stenzel. That's going to completely change things up. Nathan Coaster falling back 4 spots as well. This is now the battle for 3rd. Currently holding on to the final transfer spot, the 32 of Camden Hibbett. You're going to see all the paint jobs turn white here in just about a second. Trading Paints looks like it's doing an update here. So we're going to get everybody's updated paint schemes on these race cars, because some of them do have some fantastic artwork on them. So we want to make sure we show that off for you as well. Down to 2 laps remaining. Julian Rexroad at the front of the field. The lead is just about 3/4 of a second, a little bit high off of turn 2 right there in front of the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. White flag one final time through turns 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. Give that one to Julian Rexroad. He picks up the win here in heat race number 1. As we wait for timing and scoring to update us here with the results. Oh, there we go. We got them right now. We'll get the results up on screen for heat race number 1 while we tell you about Das Stitch House. Larry Ridge and the team at Das Stitch House in Upper Black Eddy, Pennsylvania are a custom embroidery company specializing in embroidering racewear, workwear, and streetwear. At Das Stitch House, they push the boundaries of the embroidery craft. You can find them online at dasstitchhouse.com or give them a call at 267-987-3928. And thank you very much for your support of the Quarter Midget iRacing Club. Get you the grid here for heat race number 2 up on the screen. Reed Whitney and Cameron Baker going to leave the field to green. On the front row, Connor Fetro and Andrew Bogus, Pennsylvania and Michigan natives respectively in row number 2. J.J. Watt out of Pennsylvania, Josh Anderson out of the Atlantic Club in row number 3. Matt Lind and Peanut in row 4, Josh Butler in row number 5. Field's going to get the 1-to-go signal. This time by gives us a second to tell you about Graham's Inc. Millbridge, Maine's Graham's Inc. is a 6-year young company representing grandparents who unconditionally support their favorite race teams. We'll say that one with a wink and a smile, but thank you very much, Graham's, for your support of the Quarter Midget iRacing Club. All these folks have put money up to help get the broadcasts on the air, get banners made for the kids, and all that kind of stuff. So a whole lot of effort and support, and you can help as well. Head on over to the Facebook page at Quarter Midget iRacing Club. Field's going to make their way through turns 3 and 4. Pace truck is off, and we are underway. It's a good start for Reed Whitney. He's going to be your easy race leader into turn number 1. Going to be a good battle shaping up between Connor Fetro and Andrew Bogus as they come off the corner. Fetro able to grab that spot easily down the back straightaway. Big move coming up to the inside. That is the yellow number 11. Excuse me, that's the 14 of J.J. Watt, sporting the Electric Company colors on it. Fantastic look on that machine. Down to 8 laps to go. Whitney with a 1-second lead over Fetro. Baker and Watt holding on to the final transfer spots. We're going to stay on J.J. Watt here down the back straightaway. Watt currently holding on to the 4th and final transfer spot. Off at turn number 2. Watt's going to have to deal with Andrew Bogus, looking to the outside. Bogus now falls back in line. Give you the high, wide, and handsome look here down the front straightaway at Knoxville. Beautiful half mile, literally right across the street from turns 1 and 2. Whole little grocery center complex. Oh, big contact, a little bit back in the pack. That's going to drop the 24 of Josh Anderson. Also, Connor Fetro now back to the 4th position. We'll pick up Fetro down now halfway home in this one. He's going to have Andrew Bogus on the back bumper, down the back straightaway. Again, no damage on the race cars, so the drivers aren't going to have to worry about that. They're running the 305 sprint cars, and these things are just so momentum heavy. Any little slip up is enough to get somebody probably 3 or 4 tenths on that given lap. So Connor Fetro holding on to the final transfer spot right now. He's the 11 on the racetrack, and he's the 12 on your timing and scoring tower on the outside. Reed Whitney still the race leader by 1.5 seconds as we are down to 2 to go. White flag is out. 1 lap remaining for Reed Whitney. In fact, he's already off at turn number 4. Checkered flag in the air. Give that one to Reed Whitney over Cameron Baker, J.J. Watt, and Connor Fetro. Checking in some of the comments here. Bob Lansing saying, thank you, NRN. Your videos are amazing to watch. Well, we appreciate you hanging out with us here on a Wednesday night. Thank you very much for joining us. You can support the National Racing Network on Patreon. Visit patreon.com/National Racing Network. You can get involved with helping us out. If you're watching on the Facebook side, you can send some stars over. as well. That always helps. But make sure you like us on the socials, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Make sure you give the thumbs up, ring the bell, like, and subscribe all at National Racing Network. Here's your results for heat race number 2 up on the screen. Whitney, Baker, Watt, and Fetro, your top 4 that'll transfer into the main event. Starting grid for heat race number 3. Going to be Ryan Hodge and Caden Hazel on the front row. Connor Mirabelli, Nicholas Chaber Jr. on row number 2. Lee Weigel and Gavin Krupp in row number 3. Landry Deneen and Jocelyn in row number 4. And Joe Olive in row number 5. Field getting out onto the racetrack now for heat race number 3. Let's go looking out the gearbox of pole sitter Ryan Hodge. The Hot Shoe Racewear on board. Big thank you to Alan Grace and everybody at Hot Shoe Racewear for your support. Field making their way down the front stretch. They've gotten the 1-to-go signal. Tell you about Tony Hathaway and Hathaway Racing. They're a family-run quarter midget team consisting of Landon and Grayson Hathaway, established in 2012 and based in Grand Haven, Michigan. You can contact Tony Hathaway at facebook.com/HathawayRacing10. Little Sheldon Haudenshield paint scheme on the front row for Ryan Hodge. It's the 17 NOS Energy Drink entry. But you'll see him as the 48 on your timing and scoring loop. Off of 4, green flag in the air. It's a good start for Hodge. He's going to be a race leader into turn number 1. Mirabelli and Hazel going to duke it out side by side. One car going way up towards the outside wall. That's going to be the 18, I believe, of Weigel. One car hard into the outside wall. Pick up the battle for the transfer spot. That's going to be the 31 of Landry Deneen, the 7 of Caden Hazel. Oh, and big contact. Both cars into the outside wall. That's going to bump Nicholas Chaber Jr. up to the 3rd position. How about this one? Jocelyn in the number 9. The Jegs Racing entry, making her way through turns 3 and 4. That's going to be the final transfer spot. Little bit of an issue there connection-wise for Ryan Hodge. Hopefully that's able to stay straightened out. Hodge and Mirabelli going to battle for the race lead off of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. Only 5 cars remaining on the lead lap now. And Gavin Krupp pretty rapidly catching up to the back of the number 9 of Jocelyn. But it may not be enough because the gap's staying right about 10 seconds apart between both of those race cars. Down to 6 laps remaining. Here in heat race number 3. Race leader Ryan Hodge driving the number 48 out of Mooresville, North Carolina, the North Carolina Quarter Midget Association Competition Transmission and Gear entry. That's who's at the front of the field. The 19 of Connor Mirabelli currently running 2nd, and the 35 of Nicholas Chaber Jr. runs in the 3rd position. Catching up into a back of lap traffic now as we're down to 4 laps remaining. Ryan Hodge, the race leader. Hodge able to hold on, but not gaining much ground on the lap card. That's going to allow the 19 of Mirabelli to come back in and potentially have a say in the matter here as we get down towards the end of this one. Mirabelli's going to look to the outside of Hodge down the front straightaway. Hodge slides up the racetrack just a little bit. Contact! Hodge goes around. Mirabelli's involved as well. Chamber Jr. into the outside wall, up and over. Mirabelli's going to be your race leader down the back straightaway. Hodge able to hold on. It's the white flag lap. Checkered flag coming out on this one. Connor Mirabelli going to pick up the heat race win. Contact with Ryan Hodge. Hodge able to bring it home in second. Jocelyn up to third. How about this one? Fourth to the number 5 at Gavin Krupp. Out of Bartow, Pennsylvania, the Green Lane Auto, Bucks Run Oil. Entry from the Montgomery County Quarter Midget Racing Club. A lot of action in that one. Here are your results from heat race number 3. Checking in on the comments, the 14 is Logan Watt. I kind of figured that, running the something very similar to Dad's colors, but we got to go by the information we get up on the screen here. You'll notice a couple of the drivers are only running first names. That's some of the younger drivers, and completely understandably, parents not wanting, kids' names all over the internet and all that stuff. But yeah, good to have Logan Watt in the show here tonight. Get you the grid here for heat race number 4. Noah Carpenter and Mason Beinhauer on the front row. Dylan Baldwin and Matt Hune in row number 2. Jade Jones, Logan Mears in row 3. Ty and Deal and Jake Moyer will make up the 4th and final row. Here for this 4th heat race of the night. So if you like what you're seeing here, give the video a like and a share. Let us know where you're watching from in the comments. We'll do our best to get at least some of them up on the screen here anyways. The green flag's in the air. Noah Carpenter going to hold the early lead into turn number 1. Mason Beinhauer, Dylan Baldwin, and Matt Hune going to make up your top 4. Big move to the inside by the 21 of Beinhauer. You'll start to see the racetrack slick off as we progress. Not sure where the resets may be in terms of track state. We'll see if we can get that information for you, but this place will really start to slick off and become a handful, especially at the bottom. Carpenter already with a half-second lead. Beinhauer and Baldwin going to duke it out side by side into turn 1. Nice slider by Baldwin to turn 1 and 2 end. Picks up second. Beinhauer going to hold on to third. And we've got a battle for the final transfer spot shaping up as well. Matt Hune slides up just a little bit high up the racetrack. That's going to open the door for the 117 to Jade Jones looking to the inside. Again, top 4 are going to transfer. This is the transfer spot battle. Once again, a little bit of slide up the racetrack. Oh, some right side romance. Both cars hard into the outside wall. Oh, what a piece of driving by Ty and Deal in the 64. Holy cow, how did he avoid that one? That was absolutely fantastic driving by Ty and Deal. Able to hold on to the 4th position. He's going to have the 30 of Logan Mears starting to bear down on him. Gap at the front of the field, staying steady right about 0.4 of a second. So we're going to hold on to the transfer spot back here. Currently, the 64 of Ty and Deal has that position. Deal out of Hummelstown, Pennsylvania. Susquehanna Quarter Midget Racing Association. The MJR Equipment JoJo Pizza entry. Doing a nice job of holding on to this spot as well. We'll pick up your race leader, the 42, with Noah Carpenter. Let's go on board here with the Hot Shoe Racewear on board. Kind of right up underneath the top wing. You'll see the car as it kind of pitches through the corners. Enjoy the sounds here, the 305 sprints as we're down to 2 to go. Down to 1 lap to go. Carpenter holds on to the race lead off of turn number 4. Checkered flag in the air. And give that one to Noah Carpenter over Dylan Baldwin by a 1/4 of a second. Mason Beinhauer and Ty and Deal going to be the top 4 that will lock into tonight's feature. Victory Lane at Knoxville, the place every sprint car driver wants to be. There are your results from heat number 4. Carpenter, Baldwin, Beinhauer, Deal to the feature. Mears, Jones, Moyer, and Hune back to the consi. Heat 5 on the racetrack now. Chase Mongan, Dylan Kotu going to be the front row starters. Couple of New England natives. Dustin Weber and Michaela on row number 2. Matthew Goslin, Parker Bursk. Row 3, Jax Whitmer and Austin Camp will make up the 4th row. I want to thank Hammerhead Promotions out of Felton, Pennsylvania, providing banners for the top 3 drivers in the series. Hammerhead Promotions was formed in 2001 out of a passion to serve the motorsports community. Initially involved in web design in the early days, they've now shifted their focus to photography and preserving special moments in people's lives. Contact Dave Nail at hammerheadpromotions.com. That's hammerheadpromotions.com. Field making their way down the back straightaway and into turns 3 and 4. They're going to get the green flag this next time by. Chase Mongan out of Thompson, Connecticut, the JCM Racing entry. Little T, quarter midget track driver. Mongan holds on to the lead. We've got a couple of good battles starting to shape up already. Pick up Dustin Weber. Michaela doing battle. That's going to be for the final transfer spot. Oh, second place, Kotu bounces it off the outside wall. Gets it corrected down to the inside. Michaela now up to the, well, was to the 4th position. Lost it a little bit inside off at turn number 2. Weber has the spot. Let's pick up Dylan Kotu and Matthew Goslin as they make their way down the front straightaway. They're going to be nose to tail going into turn number 1 with 8 laps remaining. '77 of Goslin looks outside, tried to throw a little bit of a dummy. Kotu doesn't fall for it, holds the line. Seems like everybody's holding their line pretty well. Kotu slides to the inside, tries to cut the line off down the front straightaway. Goslin holding it right through the center of the corner. Sometimes the inside lane's not the optimal place to run, especially in the 305s. If you've got to get off the throttle at all, you're breaking the momentum. And that's really something we'll see develop over the course of the feature as the track starts to slick off. Halfway home here in heat race number 5. Jace Mongen out to a 1 1/4 second lead over Cotu and Goslin. 4th place running Dustin Weber. Starting to reel those in as one car gets hard into the outside wall off of turn number 4. Down to 3 laps remaining. The battle for second, still a good one. Goslin bottles it up just a little bit. Here comes Michaela looking all over the tail tank down the back straightaway. She's going to run the high line through turns 3 and 4. Not as much grip out there just yet as we're down to 2 laps remaining. Now 1 to go. Goslin catching back up to Cotu as Weber catching Goslin. White flag is out. 1 lap remaining off of turn number 4. There's going to be your race winner, Jace Mongen. To the checkered flag. Give that one to Dylan Cotu for second. Matthew Goslin third. And Dustin Weber holds on to the 4th position at the stripe. So we get the results up here. Mongen, Cotu, Goslin, and Weber, the top 4 that make it through to tonight's A main. Let's get you the starting grid for the first consolation of our Wednesday doubleheader. Front row is going to have David Camden and Andrew Bogus, Nicholas Chaber Jr. and Logan Mears in row number 2, Michaela and Nathan Coaster in row number 3, Josh Anderson, Landry Deneen in row number 4, Jade Jones and Parker Bursk in row number 5, Chase Weir and Matthew Lind in row 6, Lee Weigel, Jake Moyer in row 7. Row 8, Austin Camp and Seth Stenzel. Josh Butler and Caden Hazel in row number 9. Matt Hune, Jax Whitmer in row 10. Ethan Kessel and Peanut in row number 11. And Joe Olive all alone in row number 13. One more thank you to get in here, and that is to Curbs Plus. They're a manufacturer of conventional and pre-engineered metal building roof curbs, curb adapters, architectural equipment screens, diffusers, and more. Headquartered in Ringgold, Georgia, with additional facilities in El Dorado, Kansas, and Mount Union, Pennsylvania, Curbs Plus is recognized for their quality, responsiveness, and on-time delivery. You can find them online at curbs-plus.com. That's curbs-plus.com. Field already on their second of 2 pace laps. This one's going to be a 20-lap consolation. Cautions are on for this one, so that one's going to be something else to keep an eye on here, is who's able to make it back through the consies. Pick up the quick comment here from Eric Rutz. Great job, Michaela. Yes, it was. Well done, young lady. Field's off of turn number 4. Green flag in the air. We're underway in the consi. Thundering herd of 305s down into turn number 1. That's about what your feature race is going to look like as well. 5 drivers will transfer out of this one. Michaela currently holding on to the spot right now. A couple of cars making contact a little bit further back in the field. Let's pick up the battle for the transfer spot. 6 cars currently duking it out for 5 spots in the feature. Michaela back to 6th, the 117 of Jade Jones now. holding on to the spot. Nicholas Chaber Jr. and Logan Mears doing battle as well. That's going to be for position number 3. Any bit of contact, one car over on its side, and we stay green. So this one's going to be an admin caution. We saw it right there. Trouble for the 35 of Chaber getting up into the outside wall. Now currently back to the 5th position. Oh, a couple of more cars making contact. That's hard in the outside wall for the 117 of Jones. Big move there by Michaela. That gets the 35 around. Cars bouncing off each other all over the place here at the front of the field. Down to 16 laps remaining. Bogus, Camden, Deneen, Michaela, Seth Stenzel, the top 5 they're going to transfer. How about this one? Give them a shout. Pull up the tight shot on them here. Seth Stenzel up 11 positions. Easily your hard charger of the race. Can he hold on to it? That's going to be the big part here. Down to 15 laps remaining. Stenzel into the final transfer spot. Stenzel looks inside, having a little bit of a connection issue there as well. That is incredibly frustrating to an iRacer. To see that, a car that you're racing with blinking in and out like that, very difficult to run with. A little bit of a soft hip check there towards the front of the field as well. You're going to see cars coming out of the pit lane. Approaching the halfway point here in tonight's Consi. Bogus, Camden, Deneen, Michaela, Stenzel, still your top 5. Andrew Bogus with a 1.5 second lead over David Camden. It's another 2 seconds back to Landry Deneen in 3rd. And that is the battle here with Michaela. Michaela in the 52. Oh, a couple of big contact there. That may have been one of the lap cars as well. Also seeing Seth Stenzel bouncing in and out here pretty heavily as well. Stenzel in the 99. Caution on the speedway. Caution flag number 1 is out on the racetrack. Another shout here. Give it up for the number 20 of Josh Butler. He's up 11 positions. Sits the caution flag. How about this one? The 28 of Peanut. That car up 12 positions as well. So a couple of hard chargers early on here in tonight's consolation race. We'll pick up your race leader. That is the 71 of Andrew Bogus making his way off of turn number 2, right in front of the Brian Clausen Tower. Named for the late, great sprint car driver. Father Tim, one of the namesakes of Clausen Marshall Racing. Whole lot of action going on already in Tulsa. The Tulsa shootout is underway. In fact, we may have a couple of drivers that are actually not here this week because they're in Tulsa, I believe. And we are a little bit short on cars in the Snydersville Raceway series as well, coming up here shortly for that very same reason. Fantastic run earlier today by Logan Rumsey, going 9th to 3rd in his heat race. 130 some should lock him in. Pull the comment up here from Warren Stradley. Peanuts Caitlin Stradley. Well, hell, we'll keep calling her Peanut if you guys are okay with it. That one's fun here. But yeah, good run, Caitlin. She is up to the 9th position. Green flag in the air. Oh, a couple of cars making big contact down the front straightaway. Andrew Bogus holding on to the race lead. Seth Stenzel, David Camden battling here. Stenzel now up into the outside retaining wall as well. Stenzel now being scored back in the 12th position. Caution number 2 is out with 5 to go here in the Consi. Seeing Matt Hune and Caden Hazel having an incident here. Let's see if we can pull it up on the Hot Shoe Raceway instant replay. A couple of cars banging off each other. Oh, that was a hard hit into the outside wall. That is one way to wad them up big, that's for sure. A little bit of right side romance. So now down to 4 laps remaining here in the Consi. Comment from YouTube, Mark Carpenter saying, yes, Seth, that's my boy. All right, bud, glad you're enjoying the show. Down to 4 laps remaining. After the feature, you don't want to go anywhere. Between this feature and us picking up the Snydersville Raceway Wide Open Wednesday series, we are going to give everybody a sneak peek of the intro for our new show, The High Side Hustle. That'll be coming up here on the National Racing Network starting in January. Burt Wojcik, Adam Rubright going to be hosting that one. So we are really looking forward to that one. We'll get you a little preview of that one in just a little bit. But green flag back out, down to 3 laps now. 2 laps remaining. Andrew Bogus going to be your race leader into turn 1. And once again, only the top 5 are going to transfer. Josh Butler up into the 4th position. He's going to be side by side with Seth Stenzel down the back straightaway. Stenzel and Butler battling for the final transfer spot, and they were not done yet. Down to 1 lap remaining here. Josh Anderson, Matthew Lynn going to be involved in this one as well. Bogus has a half-second lead. We're going to stay with the battle for the transfer. Off of turn number 4. Slide job turn 4. Who's it going to be at the line? Oh, what a run. Give it to Josh Anderson at the line. Fantastic run in the Consi here for several drivers. Seth Stenzel going to be one of your hard chargers. He's up 12 spots. Josh Butler just missing out, gaining 11 spots. Caitlin Stradley, Peanut, up 14 to the 8th position, just on the outside looking in. So we'll get you the results here from the consolation race. Caitlin Stradley falling just a half-second short of transferring into tonight's feature. Tough break for that young lady, but we're going to have a pretty stout field here. Really looking forward to this one. Since the warm-up is on the racetrack here, let's get you the intro preview of the High Side Hustle and then a couple of quick commercials here. We'll be right back. You are watching the Quarter Midget iRacing Club right here on the National Racing Network. If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique patterns and designs, plus the ability to incorporate your logo or any artwork, your space will never have looked better. Installation is done in 1 day, guaranteed, and Zone Garage offers a 20-year warranty on the top coat. Their coatings are durable, anti-slipped, and impact resistant. Give them a call at 570-856-6067. That's 570-856-6067 for Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Welcome back, everybody, to Knoxville Raceway. Feature time here for the iRacing Quarter Midget Club. Here is your starting lineup. On the front row, going to be the number 4 of Julian Rexroad, and the number 11 of Reed Whitney going to line up to his outside. Connor Mirabelli and Noah Carpenter in row number 2. Row 3, you'll have Jace Mongan and Kipton Stratton. Cameron Baker, Ryan Hodge in row number 4. Dylan Baldwin and Dylan Kotu in row 5. Row 6, Vincent Gucci and J.J. Watt. We'll give it to you. Logan Watt starting in the 12th position. Jocelyn Mason Beinhauer in row number 7. Row 8, Matthew Goslin and Camden Hibbett as the fireworks go off here over Central Iowa. Connor Fetro and Gavin Krupp in row number 9. Tyan Deal, Dustin Weber in row number 10. Andrew Bogus, David Camden in row 11. Row 12, Landry Deneen and Josh Butler. And Matthew Lynn going to be the final starter tonight, piloting car number 3. 25 cars, 30 laps the distance. Pick out your favorite. Let us know in the comments who it's going to be. We get ready to go racing here at one of the greatest venues for sprint cars in the world. Pace truck off at turn number 4. Green flag in the air. We're underway at Knoxville. Not a good start at all for Julian Rexroad. He's going to fall back to the 3rd position. A couple of cars making contact right back there with him as well. Big move up to the inside. That's the 48 of Ryan Hodge, sporting the colors of Sheldon Kinzer. Caution flag number 1 on the speedway. Lap number 2 of 30 on the board. So this one may throw the kids for a loop here, because the iRacing pace truck pulls off and then is going to pull right back onto the speedway again. It looked like everybody's able to keep it lined up pretty well here. Rexroad, Whitney, Mirabelli, Carpenter, and Monge in your top 5. 6 through 10, Stratton, Baker, Hodge, Baldwin, and Kotu. It looks like caution laps will count in this one. 30 laps in the 305s can be a little bit long of a distance in terms of fuel if you're only going to count green flag laps. Depending on how many cautions you get, it can definitely make some people tight on fuel. Whitney definitely showing a good bit of attention here to Julian Rexroad, letting him know what's coming on the restart here. Pace truck is off. Going to be lap number 5 going up on the scoreboard. Green flag in the air. Good battle for the race lead into 1. Rexroad has it. Whitney wants it. Here comes Connor Mirabelli as well. Side-by-side battle between Jace Mongan and Noah Carpenter, as they head off of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. Seeing timing and scoring cycle back through here. So, yep, there you go. Caution laps are not going to count. Lap number 3 now officially on the scoreboard. Oh, trouble. Looks like, no, Jace Mongan's still there. A little bit of a connection issue there on Mongan's car. Rexroad and Whitney going to battle for the race lead side by side. Big move into the turn 3 and 4 complex by Connor Mirabelli. Gets it back in line. We're going to slide just a little bit back in the pack as well. Pick up this hornet's nest as they make their way off of turn number 2. That's going to be Dylan Baldwin, Cameron Baker, Ryan Hodge, Logan Watt, all involved in this one. Little bit of contact heading into 1. Looks like everybody's going to keep it straight. We'll head back to the front of the field here. We've got a good battle shaping up for the race lead. Reed Whitney has it. Jace Mongan wants it off of turn 4 down the front straightaway. Mongan gets a good drive to the inside of the corner. Slides it out just a little bit wide, keeps the momentum up, closes down the gap as they head to turn 3. Take you on board, the Hot Shoe Racewear on board with second place running Jace Mongan. There's the gap to second, but how about this one? Right out the front, there's the race leader, Reed Whitney. Gap opening up just a little bit. Rest of the field pretty well sorted out here. Let's pick up the battle between Julian Rexroad and Logan Watt. Rexroad to the inside, Watt all over the tail tank. This is the battle for the 8th position, down to 19 laps remaining. Couple of cars making contact just back behind this battle. Pick things up at the front of the field. The gap's inside of a half second. Whitney and Mongan still doing battle for the lead. You can really start to see the inside slickening up just a little bit as we're down to 17 laps remaining. What do you think, folks? Let us know in the comments. Does Jace Mongan have anything for Reed Whitney here late in this one? Halfway home, 15 down, 15 to go. One car stopped up against the inside retaining wall down the front straightaway. We stay under green. Looks like Dylan Cote, Josh Butler may have had an issue here. Let's see, that was a little bit ago. Camden Hibbett may have been the one up against the inside wall. The gap staying right about a third of a second. It's a good run for both of these cars at the front of the field. Logan Watt able to get around Julian Rexroad to pick up the 8th position. 6th place running, Dylan Baldwin, holding station pretty well between Vincent Gucci and Hodge. Now, as we say that, Baldwin and Watt going to start to fall back just a little bit here. Let's see what we got going on. This now going to be a 4-car battle with 12 laps remaining. Watt looks to the inside. Oh, one car hard up into the outside wall. Tumbling down the front straightaway, going to tumble out of everybody's way. Caution flag on the speedway. That was Jocelyn in the number 9. Jocelyn Darensing from Susquehanna. Having a little bit of trouble there in car number 9. I want to remind everybody you can support the National Racing Network on Patreon, starting at just, I believe, $3 a month. Patreon.com/National Racing Network. Got to thank everybody who supports us. That way, every little bit helps getting these broadcasts on the air. Again, want to remind everybody coming up here, January 7th, a high side hustle with Bert Wojcik and Adam Rubright as we get ready to go back racing here. Should get the one to go signal this next time by. Make sure you give us a like and a share on Facebook. Also on YouTube and Instagram, all at National Racing Network. Give us the thumbs up, ring the bell. That way you'll always know when we're ready to go live. You'll get that anywhere from a 3 to a 5-minute countdown before we go back on the air. Field is doubled up with 11 laps remaining here. Green flag back out. We are underway. It's a good start for Whitney. Oh, hard, one car hard into the outside wall. That's going to be Vincent Gucci. Caution flag is absolutely going to come out for that one. Let's get you the replay on this one here, courtesy of Hot Shoe Racewear. Several cars getting into it at the back of the pack. Yeah, they had the big one off of turn 2 for sure. So long as you land on all 4 wheels, you're going to be able to get rolling again with no damage on the 305s tonight. Coming up after this one, the Snydersville Raceway Wide Open Wednesday Series. That one's going to be the Modifieds from Lanier. Looking forward to that one as well. Make sure you don't miss any of that action. So Reed Whitney going to be your race leader over Jace Mongan. Those two have held station this entire race. And Whitney has been about as flawless as he needs to be. Formula One legend Alain Prost would say, you only need enough to win. You don't need anything more than that. Some guys like Ayrton Senna, and they would really push crazy hard every lap. Prost was very methodical in his approach and only did the bare minimum he needed to win. Seeing a lot of that out of Reed Whitney tonight, being very, very smart in how he's running that car, backing the field up as the pace truck is in. We are ready to go back to green flag racing. It's a fantastic start for Whitney. Side-by-side battle. Noah Carpenter, Connor Mirabelli going to duke it out for the third position. Carpenter slides up the racetrack, picks up that podium spot from Mirabelli. He's going to go hunting for Jace Mongan as well. Keep your eye on the 42 down the front stretch. 8 laps remaining here in tonight's first feature of the Quarter Midget iRacing Club for the 2020-2021 Winter Series. Whitney looks to the inside. He's finding some grip and some speed down there. We'll see if anybody else is going to go with him. Carpenter slides up right in front of Mongan. What a pass off of 2. A little bit of right side romance, but it got the job done. Catching lap traffic. That may be all that Reed Whitney needed to see. As we're down to 6 laps remaining. Carpenter once again looks to the inside, slides it up the racetrack. He is gaining tighter and tighter on the race leader. Oh, and caution flag is out on the speedway. Trouble on the racetrack. See if we can find what the issue there was. May have been trouble for Connor Fetro. Let's take a look and see here. That's the kind of blue camo number 11 to the inside. A little bit of contact goes around. Takes another car with him. Fetro lands it on all 4s. Oh, and then he gets absolutely drilled. See if we can't wind that one back one more time. We'll get you the onboard from Connor Fetro's roll bar. Wild series of flips, but yeah, Fetro is going to have to come into the pit area for that one. So at the front of the field now going to be Reed Whitney, Noah Carpenter up to second with a fantastic pass on Jace Mongan. Mongan now runs third. Vincent Gucci up 7 spots to the 4th position. Ryan Hodge up 3. And again, that's the NOS Energy number 17 Sheldon Haudenshield colors. Good run for Gavin Krupp, up 10 spots to run in the 8th position as we are ready to go back to green flag racing here with just a handful of laps remaining. You'll see everybody up against the outside wall. Passing on the outside is legal. You can't pass anybody to the inside until you get past the start-finish line. Top 3 breakaway cleanly. Whitney able to hold on to the spot. Here comes Carpenter looking to the inside of turns 1 and 2. And we are back under caution. Caution on the speedway for the 5th time tonight. See if we can get the incident here on the Hot Shoe Raceway instant replay. Oh yeah, they were beating and banging towards the back of the pack. That got everybody bound up in that hard contact on the restart. That is Dylan Cotu and Matthew Lind. So we'll pick up your race leader, Reed Whitney. We'll see the pace truck stay out here for one more lap. Once again, want to say a big thank you to everybody who's making these iRacing broadcasts happen, including the Quarter Midget iRacing Club. Find them on Facebook at Quarter Midget iRacing Club. Das Stitch House out of Upper Black Eddy, Pennsylvania. Graham's Inc., Hathaway Racing, Hammerhead Promotions, thank you very much for providing the banners for the top 3 drivers in the series. Also, Curbs Plus, got to thank those fine folks as well. We're getting down to crunch time here at Knoxville. Just 5 laps remaining. They're already duking it out a little bit further back in the pack. What a start for Reed Whitney. Carpenter just not close enough. Now Whitney going to try to run the same line as Carpenter. Carpenter able to gain a ton of ground in turns 1 and 2. Carpenter going to run the same line in the 3 and 4 end of the racetrack as well. Down the front straightaway, 3 laps remaining. Does Carpenter have enough time to catch Whitney? The gap's down to 2 car lengths. Let's call it a car length and a half. Call him bumper to bumper off of turn number 4. 2 to go here at Knoxville. And we are under caution again. 6th caution flag of the race is going to fly with 2 laps remaining. Take a look at the Hot Shoe Raceway instant replay. Looks like a little bit of trouble there, possibly from Matthew Goslin. A couple of cars getting up into the outside wall. Godson gets it back on all 4s. Oh, and then he spins it around. Wow, that's really interesting. Actually, the car was kind of beached. Don't see that happen often. Get it back to live racing action here. At the front of the field. Pace truck's going to stay on the racetrack here. It'll be interesting to see how much of a gap race control is going to let Reed Whitney get here. Basically, the bigger gap you put between yourself and the pace vehicle as the race leader, the earlier you can go, because the way the iRacing system works, you just can't pass the pace car. So if you let it get far enough ahead, you could restart the race down the middle of the back straightaway and just absolutely skunk the field. And it looks like Reed Whitney's going to get away with it a little bit here. He's going to bottle everybody up down the back straightaway. And these drivers are going to have to start to worry about some incident points as well. Pace truck is off. There's a perfect example of it. Green flag in the air. Whitney's going to lead by 8 car lengths as they head into turn 1. Carpenter's going to make up every bit of that gap. Whitney knew what was coming, that's for sure. Going to be the white flag this next time by. 1 to go here at Knoxville. Oh no, caution is out. Caution before they got to the line. See if we can see what the reason for the caution was. Not seeing anything on our screens here. Give you the full rundown here. 19 cars still remain on the lead lap. Well, now it looks like, yep, we're showing 19 cars on the lead lap. Landry Deneen, Ty and Deal, Dylan Kotu, Matthew Lind, Jocelyn, Kipton Stratton, Camden Hibbett, all being scored laps down here. We'll see. They should go back to green here this time by. Looks like the lights are out. There's your race leader, Reed Whitney. And he's going to have Noah Carpenter all over his tail tank down the back straightaway. It's going to be 2 to go. Green, white, checkered finishes. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Carpenter got a much better restart that time. He's going to be right there. Almost side by side. Contact down off of turn number 2. Nice job by Whitney and Carpenter to both keep those cars pointed in the right direction. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. A couple of cars making contact down the front straightaway. We're going to stay with a battle for the win. Slide jump, turn 2. What a pass. Noah Carpenter moves up into the race lead. That's going to open up second spot for Jace Mongan as well. Off of turn number 4, checkered flag in the air. Put it out for the 42 of Noah Carpenter. Fantastic slide job pass with 1 to go. Carpenter, Whitney, Mongan, your top 3. Fantastic run. Several of these young drivers up at the front of the field. Noah Carpenter in the 42 picking up the race win. There are your feature results. Carpenter, Mongan, Gucci, Krupp, Rexroad, your top 5. Dylan Baldwin, Mason Beinhauer, Connor Fetro, Andrew Bogus, and Logan Watt rounding out the top 10. 16 cars finish on the lead lap for this one. All in all, pretty good night of racing here, and I would say a heck of a job. Group of kids ranging in age from 5 to 16 years old. Fantastic run all around there, especially your top 3. Those guys were there all night. But congratulations to Noah Carpenter. He's going to pick up feature win number 1 for the iRacing Quarter Midget Club. And with that, we are going to take a short break because we are getting straight in to the Snydersville Raceway Wide Open Wednesday series coming up right here on the National Racing Network.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Dude, are you okay?
I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this and I will take that ride home.
Free Geek Pen is an electronics recycling center which specializes in restoring electronics to usable condition. They turn salvageable parts from donated equipment into working electronics for those on a budget. The best part is your old gear doesn't end up in a landfill. Free Geek Pen also does computer repair. Find them online at freegeekpen.org. Give them a call at 717-721-2494 or stop by the shop on Main Street in Ephrata. Think freegeekpen.org. If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique patterns and designs, plus the ability to incorporate your logo or any artwork, your space will never have looked better. Installation is done in 1 day, guaranteed, and Zone Garage offers a 20-year warranty on the top coat. Their coatings are durable, anti-slipped, and impact resistant. Give them a call at 570-856-6067. That's 570-856-6067 for Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. At 600cc Performance, our roots run deep in CC racing. A leader in fuel injection, dyno tuning, wiring, and diagnostics. With over 15 years of experience in building and tuning, you can count on us to get you to the winner's circle. Whether it is diagnostics, sales, or service, 600cc Performance is your source for everything CC racing. Find out more at 600ccperformance.com. Welcome back, everybody, here on the National Racing Network. We've gone from sprint cars to Northeast Modifieds, and we've moved probably about 1,500 miles to the southeast. We're at Lanier National Speedway, Brazelton, Georgia, literally right across the street from the Great Road Atlanta road course. Lanier, a 1/3 mile dirt oval. Originally it was paved when the iRacing service first was way too long ago for my comfort. New ownership paved it over, or excuse me, put dirt on it. And we are going to run the Northeast Modifieds here on the racetrack this evening. Looks like 37 cars will be on the starting list for the Snydersville Raceway Wide Open Wednesday nightcap portion of the doubleheader. You saw the ad as it ran. It was the last commercial we ran. We are really excited about this one. Coming up January 9th, the High Side Hustle with Burt Wojcik and Adam Rubright will be premiering here on the National Racing Network. Really neat guests we have already lined up. Fantastic work, actually, by the gentlemen to get these guests lined up already. But yeah, that'll be premiering January 7th at 8 o'clock. Make sure you hit the buttons, do all the right things here so you can get liked, shared, subscribed, and notified here at Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, all at National Racing Network. You'll know when we first come on air. Looks like, I think everybody is pit side here. No practice going on the speedway. Snydersville actually, they're doing a pretty interesting thing. They're sending the cars out in groups. They're trying to preserve the status of the racetrack. So basically preventing cars from running as many laps as possible here. A couple of cars starting to roll in the pit area. Get you the wide look here from around the racetrack. That is the 177 of Kyle Smith, just ahead of Smith. 77 of Jasper Zigafus, also on the racetrack. The 119 of Doug Smith. And let's pick up the 13 of Bobby Sant Jr. That car very, very quick as well. Also on the racetrack, the 131 of Adam Bouchel, Jared Rarig's 00. WB James in the 19 on the racetrack as well. Everybody's going to get to run through practice twice here, and let's, while we have a moment, take a look back through the information here on the Snydersville page. Should be able to get you some updated point standings. Looks like a total of 38 entries, I believe, is what we're going to be looking at here on the big block side of things. Big blocks and 358s are both running. Taking a look at the point standings, Loudon Reimer currently your points leader at 236. 17 points back is Logan Rumsey. That gap is going to increase with Logan's participation in the Tulsa shootout. So I would assume he's not running tonight. Bobby Sant Jr. currently third, 24 markers back of Reimer. Kyle Smith, Paul Mancini, your top five. Adam Bouchel, Talon Carter, Chris Kurtzel, Alex Kolonix, and Aiden Board in the top 10. Aiden Borden also competing out there in Tulsa. Actually, we do have a handful of drivers here that would normally be running with us that are going to be not participating this evening due to running in Tulsa, Oklahoma, doing the real world micro sprint game. Here's a look at Aiden Donaldson. He's going to be one of the first cars to set a lap time here in the qualification session. We'll show you qualifying mode across the bottom of the screen. Green means personal best. Purple means they've gone quickest overall. Jasper Zigafus quick. Loudon Reimert moves to the top of the charts just as quick. Alex Kolinick's in at a 14:57. Loudon Reimert going to be second quick. Let's pick up his lap as he's off at turn number 4. Does not improve, 14:61. Alex Kolinick's back on the racetrack in the 22. He's going to try to complete lap number 2. He's your quick timer at a 14:57. And these drivers, I'm pretty sure they're going to have 4 laps total. We'll see here, but $14:68, the last lap time for Kolinick's. Another quick driver out on the race course as well. The 121 of Josh Fox. He's up to the 7th position. Kolinick's, Reimert, Zigafus, Smith, Smith and Smith, your top 5. Kyle Smith, 4th. Doug Smith in 5th. Let's pick up the 121 of Josh Fox. That car very quick 1 week ago. New quick time. Chris Kurzel tops the charts at a 14:55. Fantastic Dunder Mifflin paint scheme on the number 7. Gets that car hooked up off of 4. Man, that thing does look fast around here. He goes even quicker, 14:55, 14.55 seconds for new quick timer, Chris Kurzel. WB James, the 19, on the racetrack now. He's up to the 8th position, working his 3rd lap. 14:63 was the quick time for the number 19 machine. One of Jordan Cox put a good run in last week. That car just finishing up his run up against the inside wall. And just like that, qualifications are over. Let's get you the results here, because this is going to set the lineups for tonight's heat races. Kurzel, Kolinick, Reimert, Zigafus, Kyle Smith, your top 5. Doug Smith, Aiden Donaldson, WB James, Josh Fox, and Jax Yohn rounding out your top 10. With that, here is the grid for heat race number 1. Going to be 13 cars on the starting grid. Chris Kurzel and Jasper Zigafus will make up row number 1. Aiden Donaldson and Jax Yohn in row number 2. Bobby Sant Jr. and Brian Sharp in row 3. Steven Snyder Jr. and Lawson Zarensis in row number 4. Row 5 will have Tyler Manigue and Walt Shadak, Isabella Van Orden and Xavier Sprague in row number 6, and Cole Perez back there in the 13th position all alone on row number 7. Field will get the one to go. 10 laps the distance on this one. Checking in on the comments, Jackie Proctor saying, good luck, Jasper. While Richie Van Orden sending through, Comfort Experts, Deer Park Diva for Isabella Van Orden. Pace truck is off. We are ready to roll. Green flag in the air. We're underway here in heat race number 1. It's a good start for Kurzel. Zigafus going to run to the outside as well. Aiden Donaldson looks inside. Jax Yohn up there as well. Three-car battle side by side. This is right about where the transfer spot's going to be. Oh, a little bit of contact. Donaldson bounces off to the outside wall. He's going to lose a couple of spots. The 12 of Zarensis to the inside as well. Pick up Jax Yoan. He's running in the third position, the 24 high pressure washing and painting entry, sponsoring tonight's Hard Charger Award. In fact, all the Hard Charger Awards for the Wide Open Wednesday series. Fourth, Bobby Sant Jr. Already halfway home here in heat race number 1. Yoan and Sant doing battle. The high line appears to be where the line's going to be right now, and that will only get higher as we go in this one. Sant starting to work the way outside lane. Top 5 out of the heats are going to transfer. Pick up 5th place, Aiden Donaldson. Just about running all alone here. The 25 of Brian Sharp trying to get caught up here, but with 3 to go, it may not be enough. At the front of the field, Chris Kurtzel with a 3/4 of a second lead over Jasper Zigafus. Sant and Yoan going to continue to do battle. Yoan going to return the favor on the slider. Sant threw it 1 lap earlier in 3 and 4. He's going to try it again down here. Sant slides way up the racetrack, almost gets it off the outside wall. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go. Kurtzel holds on to the race lead. Yoan gonna get a good drive off the corner, holding it to the low line. He's gonna force Sant to do it the hard way on the outside. Checkered flag in the air. Race win to Chris Kurtzel. Jax Yoan able to hold on for 3rd. Bobby Sant Jr., Aiden Donaldson complete the top 5. Heat race number 1 already in the books. These are quicker cars on a much smaller racetrack, for sure. So you're going to see these things tick off in a hurry. Kurtzel, Zigafus, Yoan, Sant, and Donaldson advance to tonight's main event. Heat race number 2 out on the racetrack. Alex Kolinix and Kyle Smith going to make up row number 1. WB James, James Coslow in row number 2. Cody Welsh and Harold Klump in row 3. Logan Dontonville and Tom Artz in row number 4. Cody Quagliato, Tyler King in row 5. Austin Kroboth and Ryan Cummings round out the field. Rest of tonight's format, 4 will transfer from the C main to the B main, and then we'll take 9 from the B main to the feature. So we'll keep our eye on the top 5 here in the heat races. Currently, Kolinix, Smith, James, Coslow, and Welsh. Into turns 3 and 4. Pace truck is off. Green flag's out. Good start, Alex Kolinix. Smith going to have to deal with WB James looking to the inside. They'll battle side by side down the back straight. 2x2, 2x2. Second, third, fourth, and fifth. Here comes the 76 and 6. That's Harold Klump. Klump now has the final transfer spot over James Coslow. Tom Arntz also battling with them as well. Slide back just a little bit. There's the 97 of Coslow, the 17 of Arntz. Oh, almost a little bit of contact there. Sliding out a little further forward in the field. This is going to be the battle for third, fourth, and fifth. WB James just out of the left-hand side. There you see him coming back into view. The 027 of Cody Welsh and the 76 of Harold Klump. Third, fourth, and fifth as we're down to 6 laps remaining. Alex Kolinix with a nearly 1 second lead over Kyle Smith. Klump in that green and white 76. Holding on to the final transfer. James Coslow not catching up much at all, but we're only halfway home here in heat race number 2. Pulling up the comments, Michael Ingrassi on YouTube saying, let's go Tom. Well, I'm not sure if that's for Tom Arts or not, but the ageless wonder gets out of driving the real race cars, and he's going to pick up the hobby of doing the iRacing gig here, there in that black and yellow number 17. There's Cody Walsh in the 027, WB James in the 19. 19 cent. Everybody getting up around the high side now. Kyle Smith running just a little bit lower. So we're down to the white flag. 1 lap remaining for the 22 of Alex Kolonix. Through turns 3 and 4, checkered flag in the air. Alex Kolonix picks up the win over Kyle Smith, WB James, Cody Welsh, and Harold Klump. There are your results for heat race number 2. Little over 0.8 of a second for Kolonix over Kyle Smith. WB James, Cody Welsh, Harold Klump, your 5 that'll transfer. Koslow, Arntz, Cummings, King, Kroboth, Quagliato, and Dontonville all head to the Consi. Heat race number 3 on the racetrack. It's the 58 of Loudon Reimer and the 119 of Doug Smith on row number 1. Row 2 will have the 121 of Josh Fox and the 1 of Talon Carter. 00 Jared Rarig and the 131 of Adam Bouchel in row number 3. Greg Sager in the 712 and the 01 of Jordan Cox in row 4. John Diotti and Gavin Krupp in row number 5. James Benz and Matt Brink in row number 6. Troy Kratzer checking in on YouTube. Let's go loud and 58 pedal to the metal. Tell you what, that 58 machine has been fantastic. Loudon, one of the best young talents in real world modified racing. And he's getting to turn some laps in that exact same race car here in the virtual world. Lights are out. We're getting ready to go racing already here in heat race number 3. Pace truck is in. Loudon Reimer on the loud pedal. Green flag in the air. We're underway. 10 laps the distance here in heat number 3. Doug Smith looking to the outside. Here's Talon Carter. 3 wide off of turn number 4. 121 of Josh Fox joining the party as well. Carter up the middle. They're going to stay 3 wide through 1 and 2. They're going to try it again through 3 and 4. How many times are we going to do this dance? Fantastic racing in this one already. Doug Smith able to grab 2nd. Josh Fox grabs 3rd over Talon Carter. Don't look now. There's the 131 of Adam Bouchel. He has the 5th and final transfer spot. And the 00 Jared Rarig right behind him in 6th. Reimer a little over a half-second lead over Smith. It's another 0.2 back to Fox. Then we got a hornet's nest developing up here. That's 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Josh Fox looks to the inside. Doug Smith to the outside. They're going to hang right with each other, side by side the whole way around Lanier National Speedway. Fox had the spot at the line by, call it a 1/10 of a second. Talon Carter, Adam Bouchel right there as well. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Having a big old party here. No COVID for you, they say in the grandstands. Packed house here tonight at Lanier. They're going to see Josh Fox and Doug Smith put on a heck of a race. Down to 4 to go. Loudon Reimer has the lead by over a second. Talon Carter right there as well in 4th. Adam Bouchel making the high line work. Now Jordan Cox rapidly catching up to Adam Buechele. There you can see that battle starting to form up as well. Cox going to look to the inside. Buechele runs the high line. Much better bite off the corner for Buechele. Cox taking the shorter line around though. This is one of those places where the gap's just enough that the inside and outside lanes are both really, really equal. Oh, but big slide up the racetrack for Jordan Cox off at turn number 4. Checkered flag in the air. Heat race win for the 58 allowed in Reimer. Josh Fox will come home second. Talon Carter third. Doug Smith fourth. And Adam Buechele rounds out your top 5. Already gritting up for the C main. Let's get you the starting lineup here as the cars are just about all on the speedway. Walt Shadak and Tyler King on row number 1. John Diotti, Tyler Manigault in row number 2. Austin Kroboth, Jared Rarig, row 3. Xavier Sprague, Cody Quagliato in row number 4. Greg Sager and Steven Snyder Jr. in the 5th row. Logan Dontonville and Matt Brink in row number 6. All alone in row 7, the 13 of Lawson Zarensis. Little bit surprised to see some of the names in this one, especially Steven Snyder Jr. Look for him to try to advance forward. Zarensis also pretty quick as well. Aiden Donaldson checking in saying ready to put on a show. We'll take that one, brother. Thank you very much. Keep your eye on the upper right-hand corner. You'll get to see all the fine folks that help make the racing here from Snydersville Raceway possible. So we're going to take the top 4 out of this one to the B main. There's a whole lot of work that's got to go on if you're going to come from the back of the pack. Only 15 laps to go. Shadak and Diotti at the front of the field. Pace truck is in. Green flags in the air. We're underway. Shadak dives it way off to the inside. Here comes the 122 with Diotti looking to the outside. Pick up the 11 of Tyler Manigault. That's the transfer spot. Couple of cars making contact towards the back of the pack. That's going to bottle everybody up. Wow, big drive up the middle for the 211 of Tyler King. Manigault now trying to get inside of Austin Kroboth. Side-by-side battle for the race lead as well up here. John Diotti grabbed it with an aggressive move to the outside. Caution flag is that yellow flag on the speedway. Trouble on the racetrack. Let's see if we can pick up who it was on the Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay. One car getting around hard into the outside wall. And then big contact to the inside. Jared Rarig. And the 211 goes for a wild tumble. That's Tyler King. Here on the Hot Shoe Racewear in-car camera, a little bit of contact. What set that off initially for King, contact, and he goes up and over. Get you back to the live look now. John Diotti, the race leader in the 122. Currently running second, Walt Shadak. Tyler Manigault third, Austin Kroboth fourth. And Cody Quagliato going to be the 5th and final car to put on a transfer spot. Field will get doubled up. And we are ready to go back to racing. Green flag back in the air. It's a late start to begin with here at Lanier, but a good run for John Diotti into turn one. He's going to be a race leader. Side-by-side battle for second. Little bit of crowding going on, almost a little bit of net code disappearing inside of each other. The 11 of Tyler Montague going to get way down to the inside. Oh, trouble back in the pack. The 014 of Austin Crowboth just about goes around, able to keep it off the fence. He's going to make contact with the 42 of Logan Dontonville. Getting back towards the front of the field, there's Walt Shadak. Shadak now runs second. Lawson Zarensis, he's up 10 spots and he's running third. Tyler Montague running in the fourth position. Cody Quagliato up 3. He's going to hold on to the final transfer spot, the Busch Latte entry. Zarensis rapidly catching up in on Walt Shadak as we're down to 5 laps remaining in this one. Zarensis looking to the high side, not quite close enough to attempt the pass. These guys are going to get the right rears right on the outside wall of this place by the time we're through the feature. Diotti with 3/4 of a second. You just see him in and out of the frame. This is Walt Shadak, Lawson Zarensis in the battle for second. Cody Quagliato has a sizable gap back to Austin Crowboth. So no battle for the transfer spot. We're going to stick right here with the battle for second. Good run for both of these cars. Little odd seeing the Waffle House logo in green on the side of Lawson Zarensis' car. The white flag is out, 1 to go. The 014 of Crowboth spun to the inside. Checkered flag is out on the C main, and it's going to go to the 122 of John Diotti. Walt Shadak going to come home second. Lawson Zarensis third. Tyler Montague fourth. And Cody Quagliato will be the final car to transfer out of the C and into tonight's B main. There are your results. Only 7 cars finishing on the lead lap. Several cars having issues. Now it's time to go racing here. In the B main, 9 of 13 are going to transfer into tonight's feature, and they will be led to the green by the 25 of Brian Sharp. Starting outside of row 1, the 97 of James Costello. Row 2, the 01 of Jordan Cox and the 2 of Isabella Van Orden. 17 of Tom Arts and the 69 of Gavin Krupp in row number 3. Cole Perez and Ryan Cummings in row number 4. James Benz, John Diotti in row 5. Row 6, Walt Shadak and Lawson Zarensis. And the final row, the 11 of Tyler Montague. 13 cars will take the green flag here in tonight's B main. 15 laps the distance. Before we get into what I'm sure is a ridiculously long feature event, pace truck is in. Green flag in the air. We're underway. It's a good start for Sharp. Costello going to battle side by side with Jordan Cox. Cox looks to the inside. Oh, good bite off the corner. That may be something we see develop over the course of the run here. Jordan Cox may have found some speed on the inside as Brian Sharp led the lap. Costello right back with Cox as well. It's a good 3-car battle for the race lead. Coming right into your living room here from Lanier National Speedway. It's a half second from first to third. There's the one of Jordan Cox, the 97 of Costello. They're going to continue to battle for second. We'll drop back here just a little bit because we have a dog pile of cars running for the final transfer spot. John Diotti has it in the 122. Oh, nice move going 2 for 1, Isabella Van Orden. Tyler Montague in the 11 trying to get up there as well. Tom Arndt's a DNF on this one. They're going to shuffle them up again. Isabella Van Orden falling back through the field. Contact hard into the outside wall goes Isabella Van Orden. Nice save by the 11 of Montague. Van Orden able to keep it straight. What a piece of driving there. But now Lawson Zarensis into the final transfer spot. Coming from the back of the C. He just might get into tonight's feature. There's the 27 of Ryan Cummings just in front of Zarensis. Walt Shadak running about 3/4 of a second back. Tried the dive bomb into turn 1. Didn't gain any ground. Down to 7 laps remaining. Brian Sharp, the race leader, with a half second over James Costello. Another half second back to Jordan Cox in third, and it's a second and a half to Krupp in fourth. This is the best battle on the racetrack between Lawson Zarensis and the 27 of Ryan Cummings. Slide up just a couple of spots forward as well here. There's the 68 of James Benz. Let's pick up the 122 of John Diotti. Slide, job 3 and 4. Trying to get the job done on Cole Perez. Perez going to return the favor in 1 and 2. Almost a little bit of contact. Down to 5 to go here in the B main. Zarensis and Cummings are going back to doing battle again. Let's pick this one up. If either one of these cars has an issue, that's going to get somebody else into tonight's feature event. Nice back and forth battle. As we're down to 3 to go between Zarensis and Cummings. Cummings now in the 9th and final transfer spot. Isabella Van Orden about 4/10 back. Down to 2 laps remaining. Pick up your race leader at the front of the field. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. We got a 3-car battle for the win here in the B main. Sharp has it. Here comes Costello looking to the inside. Thought about the slider. Tries to grab the grip off the bottom, but it's not going to work. Call it 14/100ths of a second for Brian Sharp over James Costello. Jordan Cox, John Diotti, Gavin Krupp, Cole Perez, James Benz, Lawson Zarensis, and Ryan Cummings. The cars that are going to transfer to tonight's feature. With that, we are going to step away here for just a moment. Get our final commercial break of the night in. You are watching Wide Open Wednesday right here on the National Racing Network.
CC Performance. Our roots run deep in CC racing. A leader in fuel injection, dyno tuning, wiring, and diagnostics. With over 15 years of experience in building and tuning, you can count on us to get you to the winner's circle. Whether it is diagnostics, sales, or service, 600cc Performance is your source for everything CC racing. Find out more at 600ccperformance.com.
If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique patterns and designs, plus the ability to incorporate your logo or any artwork, your space will never have looked better. Installation is done in 1 day, guaranteed, and Zone Garage offers a 20-year warranty on the top coat. Their coatings are durable, anti-slipped, and impact resistant. Give them a call at 570-856-6067. That's 570-856-6067 for Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Welcome back, everybody, to Lanier National Speedway, Brazelton, Georgia. Just about a minute left here in the final warm-up session for these cars. 358 modifieds and big block modifieds on the racetrack. Bobby Sant going to be your quickest overall. Kyle Smith, Loudon Reimer, Talon Carter complete the top 5. You saw the promo there, right there at the end of the commercial break. Really proud to be bringing up on January 7th the High Side Hustle with Bert Wojcik and Adam Rubright. And as we get ready to grid up here, I want to remind everybody you can help support the National Racing Network on Patreon. Visit patreon.com/National Racing Network. Plans start at just $3 a month to help us put all the content that we do, just about everything, live and for free to you, the viewers. Your support helps us get those goals accomplished. Mountfield getting ready to roll off. Let's get you the starting grid here for tonight's feature event. Chris Kurtzel and Alex Kolinick's going to make up the front row. Loudon Reimer and Jasper Zigafus in row number 2. Kyle Smith and Josh Fox in row 3. Jax Yohn, W.B. James in row 4. Talon Carter, Bobby Sant Jr. in row 5. Cody Welsh, Doug Smith in row 6. Aiden Donaldson and Harold Klump in row number 7. Row 8, Adam Bouchel and Brian Sharp. James Coslow, Jordan Cox in row 9. John Diotti and Gavin Krupp in row 10. Row 11, Cole Perez and James Benz. Lawson Zarensis and Ryan Cummings in the 12th and final row here this evening. 60 laps the distance here at Lanier National Speedway. This one's going to be fun, race fans. Pace truck is off. Green flag in the air. We're underway. Chris Kurtzel going to lead lap number 1 over Alex Kolinick and Loudon Reimer. Reimer fighting back to the inside on Kolinick. Kolinick's able to make the outside work. I would expect you're going to see probably most of the field in the 358s here, but somebody who thinks the top's going to come in may try to run the big block. Caution flag is out early on this one. Yellow flag number 1 coming out early here. Pick up the Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay. That is the 25 of Brian Sharp. A little bit of contact down the back straightaway. Sharp goes around, and a wild tumble through turn 3. Able to get it back on all fours, but that car definitely not going to behave the way Brian Sharp wants it to, so I would imagine you'll probably see him head pit side. Doug Smith, Brian Sharp, and Aiden Donaldson all in the pits. Lap 5 of 60. Caution laps do count in this one, but they will have attempts at a green-white checkered coming as well. Zach Leonardo sending out a little bit of love for the 017 of Cole Perez. Everybody got a fan club in the comments here tonight. Field is doubled up, and we are going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. Pace truck is in. They'll put lap number 7 on the board this time. Green flag in the air. Reimer did not get a real good start on the inside. It's going to let Kurtzel get away. Reimer and Kolinick's going to work the inside groove. Kyle Smith, Jasper Zigafus. How about 3 wide through turns 3 and 4? A little bit of contact. 22 of Kolinick's got bottled up. Caution flag is out. Trouble on the racetrack for the second time here this evening. Several cars making contact. Looks like that yellow was for the train wreck that was about to happen. Let's take a look here. Here you go. Show you the Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay. This was right before the caution. Loudon Reimer to the inside. You saw the lights come on. Reimer was ahead by not much. But Loudon Reimer, your new race leader. Already working lap number 10 of 60. In fact, lap number 11 on the board. Green flag back in the air. We are underway. Reimer able to hold on to the lead to the inside this time. Kurtzel trying to run the outside groove and make it work. This may be a case of Kurtzel's in a big block and he's got to run the outside. We'll check that with him post-race if we get to talk to him. How about once again, 3 wide off at turn number 2. Zigafus to the outside. 177 of Kyle Smith, the 121 of Josh Fox. They're going to stay 3 wide all the way around this place. Oh, big contact there from Kyle Smith into Zigafus. Zigafus almost goes around. We'll see here. That may bring out a caution flag here. Yeah, that's going to be a yellow flag. Several cars getting bottled up as a result of the contact. Take a look here and see what the replay is going to give us. This is the look from Alex Kolinick's. In fact, let's try to pick up the onboard here. Yeah, Kolinick's went around. A couple of cars going to slide into him, get him pointed back the right direction. Alex Kolinick's picks up and he's gone. Show you the replay again. Give it to you from the blimp view here. You'll see a couple of cars start to get together Right there, Jasper Zigafus comes off the outside wall, had a little bit of contact with Kyle Smith in the 177. That was the prelude to all of those festivities. Lights are still on, just past 1/4 distance in this one. Loudon Reimer, race leader, over Chris Kurtzel. Josh Fox and Kyle Smith going to make up row number 2. Bobby Sant Jr., WB James will be in row number 3 for the restart. I would say one to go from Chief Starter Mike Fry, but he's out taking pictures of the Tulsa shootout. So wiggles and giggles on the flag stand tonight. Give a very happy New Year shout out to USAC and Indoor Series Chief Starter Warren Alston and his much better half Nicole on the silks as well. Green flag back in the air. Reimer able to hold on to the lead. Kurtzel gets a great run down the back straightaway. He's going to try to keep it wound up on the outside. It's just a little bit too long of a way around. Kyle Smith now looks inside of Kurtzel. That's going to be a side-by-side battle for the runner-up spot. 20 laps on the board, about to see number 21. Caution flag is out on the speedway once again. Didn't see who had the issue. Take a look through our events viewer here. May have been trouble for Gavin Krupp. Here's the Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay. Oh, it was trouble for the one and a big pile up on the straightaway. Wow. Several cars going to be involved with that one. Let's get back to the live view here with lap number 24 on the scoreboard. Still going to be Reimer and Kurtzel at the front of the field. Now WB James and Kyle Smith. Also Bobby Sant, Josh Fox, John Diotti, Jack Sion, Cody Welsh, Adam Bouchel, your top 10. Pace truck is off, green flag in the air. We're back underway. Smith tried to get to the left rear of Kurtzel on corner entry. Chris Kurtzel running the bottom of the racetrack and able to keep up with Loudon Reimer. The battle between Smith and James is going to be almost side by side down the back straightaway. Smith able to hold on to the spot right now. WB James now battling with Josh Fox. In fact, it's a 4-car battle for third. There's James running the high line. Smith to the inside. Bobby Sant Jr. just behind James. Just a couple laps short. In fact, a lap and a half short of the halfway point here. Caution flag is out. Yellow flag on the racetrack. Very start and go, start and go. In fact, a little bit more so this week. That may just be the nature of the racetrack here, but trouble for the Jack Sion in the high pressure washing and painting, number 24. Oh, he may have had a little bit of help. May have had a whole lot of help on corner entry from the 017, excuse me, of Cole Perez. You aren't able to get it straightened back out and refired here, so Cross flags are out this time by the start-finish line. Your leader at the halfway point. And the winner of tonight's Gillette Halfway Challenge, for those of you who watched racing in the late 80s, early 90s, is Loudon Reimert. No surprises there. However, the field is definitely, they're 3 wide on row number 2 behind them. Josh Fox and W.B. James with a little extracurricular activity. Fairly certain race control will not take kindly to that. We'll see if there is any penalty information that pops up on our screens here. This is all working in Loudon Reimert's favor, though. The more laps under caution, the better for that 58 machine. Been the class of the field all night. Green flag back out. We are underway. Reimert gets the good jump. It's going to be a good battle between Josh Smith and W.B. James. Bobby Sant in that one as well. Fox up against the outside wall. Sant right behind him. James going to work the inside lane. Oh, and Fox going to loop it right in front of the field. That's going to wad up several cars. We'll see. Yep, that will bring out the caution flag. Also going around the 13 of Bobby Sant in that one as well. Tough break for those 2 cars running towards the front of the field. Take a look here at the Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay. A little bit late to the get there on that one, but Josh Fox already spun around, lost it all by himself. So now with 25 laps remaining, Loudon Reimert still the race leader over Chris Kurtzel, Kyle Smith, W.B. James. Now it's going to be John Diotti, your hard charger, your high pressure washing and painting hard charger, up 14 spots to the 5th position. Harold Klump, Adam Buchel, Jordan Cox, Jesper Zigafus, and Alex Kolinick, your top 10. Good runs also for Lawson Zarensis and Ryan Cummings, both of those drivers up 10 spots as well. Going to be a single file restart. We didn't get a lap in under green. Reimert jumps out to the early lead, and he's going to hold it to the inside. You can really see how this place is slicked off now. These drivers are going to have a very, very big handful these last 23 laps. Taking a look at the 19 of W.B. James. Pick up the roll bar cam and go inside the Hot Shoe Racewear on board with W.B. James. Battle heating up at the front of the field. Loudon Reimert still the race leader, but Chris Kurtzel all over his back bumper. One little slip and Kurtzel's going to be there. In fact, Kurtzel may get there anyway, running the inside lane just a little bit tighter than Reimert is even able to. Drivers finding grip on the inside part of the racetrack. Reimert holds on to the lead. Oh man, but Kurtzel is right there, almost making contact on corner entry. Now working through turns 3 and 4. We got a 3-car battle for the win with 16 laps to go, and they're catching up to lap traffic. Big move outside by Kyle Smith in the 177. He may have found some speed to the outside as well. Reimert works up the racetrack just a little bit, trying to block off the run of the 177. Loudon Reimert making that car very, very wide. Smith now going to slide back just a little bit, forced up the racetrack by Kurtzel down the back straightaway. Kurtzel now going to try to make the middle groove work. Smith going to slide to the bottom. Watch the front end of Chris Kurtzel's race car. The front tires are never pointed straight, constantly turning. And race leader Loudon Reimert is now in lap traffic. We'll see how Reimert's able to negotiate the lap machinery as we're down to 11 to go here. Good look at that. Christmas Meats number 58 coming right at you. Reimert opening up the gap just a little bit. Brian Sharp in the 25 moves up the racetrack. Gives Reimert a clear berth, but he's going to slide up in front of Kurtzel and Kyle Smith, who will continue to do battle. Now inside of 10 laps to go. The lead almost 1 second for Loudon Reimert over Chris Kurtzel. Kyle Smith still runs third. WB James, John Diotti, your top five. Alex Kolonix, Jasper Zigafus, Adam Buchel, Cole Perez battling for eighth. Jordan Cox rounds out the top 10. Lawson Zarenzis, Gavin Krupp, James Coslow, Harold Klump, Cody Welsh, Jax Yo, and Ryan Cummings, the 17 cars on the lead lap. As we're now down to 7 to go, and the lead is over 1 second for Loudon Reimert. It was a valiant charge, but without some help, this one may be over. Reimert having to fight the lap car of, I believe that's Ryan Cummings just a little bit. Yeah, that's the 27 of Ryan Cummings, now 1 lap down. Caution on the speedway, yellow flag is out. 5 laps to go. And we are back under caution for the 7th time. Trouble for Josh Fox. Let's get you the Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay. Fox had some trouble earlier in the night, got it up against the outside wall. Oh, and then a big hit from the 027. And the 121 ended up beached up on the outside retaining wall. So Josh Fox will tow it in. And his night will be just about over, if it's not already. Down to 3 to go. This may be the first attempt at a green-white checkered. We'll see how quickly it goes back to green. You can keep your eye on the ticker here. 3 to go. Green flag in the air. We're back underway. Reimert got a good start. This was everything Chris Kurtzel wanted to see. Can he make anything of it? The gap already a half second. WB James hard up into the outside wall. He goes over. One car makes contact. Caution is out. We're going to line them back up and do it again. Tough break for WB James. Here it is on the Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay. Into turns 3 and 4. He just got it up against on the outside wall. That tipped him over. Alex Kolonix definitely made contact. Several cars actually hitting the 19 cent. At least it looks like the 19 cent anyway. 19.4 maybe? We'll have to ask him on that one. But yeah, that car is definitely not in shape to be on the racetrack for sure. So He gets that car flipped back over after almost taking out the leaders. So once again, a green, white, checkered finish. Green flag in the air. It's a good start for Reimer, but Kurtzel's going to be right there as well. Running the same line as the leader may not get you to the front. Off at turn number 4, it's going to be the white flag this time by for race leader Loudon Reimer. Off at turn 2, down the back straightaway, into 3 and 4. Final time, checkered flag in the air. Put another win on the board for the 58 of Loudon Reimer. Chris Kurtzel will come home in the second position. Kyle Smith in the 177 finishes third. Alex Kolonix fourth. Your high pressure washing and painting hard charger John Diotti up 14 positions to finish inside the top 5. Your top 3 getting parked on the front straightaway. And we're going to have some victory lane interviews here for you in just a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see if we can't pull them in here. Race winner tonight, picking up another win. Loudon Reimer, congratulations. Fantastic run tonight. That car looked really, really good.
Yeah, the lane changes here like crazy, so you just got to adapt a little bit. But yeah, definitely fast tonight.
All right, I was not able to hear you in my ear, but let's flip this one over here. Hopefully that one's going to work. Anyway, Loudon, congratulations. It was a heck of a run, and I know without having Logan and some of those guys can make things a little bit, I don't want to say easier, but there's some of the better drivers that were not there. But still, you got a heck of a points lead now.
Yeah, I got to thank Logan for not being able to race this week. But yeah, hopefully the points, spread out a little bit and I can get some breathing room.
All right, and while I try to get everything set up here so I can hear you, who do you got to thank for this one?
My mom, my dad, they're watching again this week. Logan Rumsey for not being able to come this week. And, that's about it.
All right, but well, now I can hear you. So congratulations on the win. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Our second place finisher tonight, the number 7 of Chris Kurtzel. And Chris, you had a couple of restarts there late in this one. You gave Loudon everything you had, but he was really able to make that 58 pretty wide.
Yeah, I couldn't find any speed on the bottom. I don't know how he was finding all that speed, but he was just pulling away.
Yeah, it seemed like you were able to make the car work about half a line up from where he was, and when you initially were catching him, you were even deeper to the inside. Was that just a ton of grip hunting all night?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I found some moisture in the middle of the race, and I was actually pulling on him, but it's just so hard to pass, and to get underneath them, I couldn't do it.
All right, Chris. Well, hey, heck of a run tonight. Congratulations, and who do you got to thank?
I want to thank Tyler and Jared for the motivational support.
All right, bud. Thank you very much. We will see you next week.
Thanks.
Third place finisher tonight, the 177 of Kyle Smith. And Kyle, hopefully you're able to hear it. There we go. He gets himself unmuted perfectly in time here. You put on a heck of a battle there with Chris Kurtzel. He was another one. The car was just incredibly wide the entire time.
Oh, yeah, for sure. There was at one point in the race where I was thinking in my head, I was running around the bottom the entire race. I was thinking I'm moving up a lane just to keep a little more momentum. And I got to the outside of him, and that's when we were both right behind Loudon there. And then Loudon moved up, and I still had Chris, but I just spun my tires just a tiny bit once, and then he found the room to come up in front of me and block me from passing him. And anytime I tried to get under him, he was always there. It was real tough.
It seems like we've had the best racing this series has had for the entire 2020 calendar since we switched over to the Northeast Big Blocks. How much fun are these things to drive? Because you guys are putting on a heck of a show for the viewers.
Oh, they're so fun to drive. I mean, I drive a Sportsman in real life, which is basically the same thing, just modified, has a little more power. That's all it is. So if anything, these feel like a little more like home than sprint cars or late models. So I think that really helps out.
That's fantastic. All right, bud. Well, thank you very much for joining us. Who do you got to thank?
My family, all my sponsors, Loudon actually, we're good friends. We both race at Grandview in real life, so we always talk and just figure stuff out, figure what to do during the race.
All right, buddy. Well, Kyle Smith, once again, congratulations. We'll see you next week.
Yep, thank you.
And final interview of the night belongs to our fifth place finisher and the high pressure washing and painting hard charger, John Diotti. John, that was a heck of a run. How did you pick up 14 spots on that slick of a racetrack? Oh, there we go. Let's get John back up here. Hopefully you can, oh, maybe not. Okay, well, I guess we don't have John Diotti then. Anyway, that's going to wrap up our coverage for tonight. A really good night of racing and just over the 2.5 hour mark. Hopefully all of you were able to enjoy it as much as we were. But congratulations to Loudon Reimer picking up the win here on Wide Open Wednesday. We'll be back with more racing next week. Happy New Year to you all, and don't forget, coming up January 7th, the premiere of the High Side Hustle. Until then, my name is Chris Graham. For everybody here at the National Racing Network, have a great night and a very safe and happy New Year.